Everybody, this is the Connection Experience with Dr. Shani. So we're coming down from Minority Mental Health Awareness Month, and this video is about how to combat things like depression and anxiety and just feeling shitty on your own. So this video is about natural highs. Natural highs should be your easily accessible, just kind of your day-to-day stuff that makes you feel good, any ways of taking care of yourself that make you feel good, and it's something that you shouldn't have to work too hard for. So if you think of your brain and your body as your own personal pharmacy, right? All of the feel-good chemicals are already there. We're designed to feel good on our own. So that dopamine, the serotonin, the oxytocin, the adrenaline, all that good stuff is already here, right? And so it's really just about stimulating yourself, taking care of yourself, and finding your own natural highs. So I'm going to share with you some of my natural highs. Friends and family are a natural high. Going outside when the weather is warm and the sun is out, that's a natural high. I love being in nature. Music, dancing, good food, good food, good food. I don't know about you, but if you put a plate of good food in front of me, I am a happy girl, and it doesn't matter what's going on, right? Activity, I like to explore, I like to do new things, so doing something new and something fun, just being active makes me feel good. Sleep, getting some rest makes me feel good. So I just came off of my 36th birthday weekend, and it was a really awesome weekend. And when I look back on it, these are the things that were present. All of these things: family, being outside, activity, good food, rest. Thank you to my husband. I got 2 really good naps in this weekend. Thank you to him. And that was awesome. And that made me feel good. Feeling rested re-energizes me. Having some alone time where I can recharge makes me feel good. Remember, introverts need their own little bubble. And all of those things were present this past weekend. So it was a really, really good weekend. And what I noticed about it is that it wasn't tons of planning. It wasn't spending a lot of money. It was just a combination of most of my natural highs. And so I wake up on Monday morning and I feel good. I feel rested. Even though it was busy and I know I have a busy week coming, I felt recharged. So what are your natural highs? Do you know what they are? If you think about having your own little bag of tricks for re-energizing yourself and feeling good, this is how you combat depression, anxiety, and just feeling like crap, right? Is to be able to incorporate these things in your life as regularly as possible. And that's why I suggest that they be easily accessible things. Going outside, easily accessible. Music, easily accessible. Hopefully family and friends are easily accessible. Good food. Putting, good food into your body can also give you a feeling of energy and feeling good. What I notice about my life is when there is an absence of these things, that's when I'm not feeling my best. When there's an absence of rest, when there's an absence of friends and family, when there's an absence of good weather and being outside, like the winter. I love the snow because that's still, for me, that's nature and that's still good. But I don't want to be outside that much when it's cold. And, here in the DMV, the weather can get, uncomfortable. And that's not really what I like. So the wintertime is a little tougher for that, right? When there's an absence of good food, I'm not my happiest. Activity, when there's not a lot going on, when there's not a lot of fun going on, this is when I don't feel my best. So if you think about the threats to your natural highs, so anything that prevents you from being able to engage in these things, this is when you really want to start taking care of yourself, right? So in the winter, if you are seasonally depressed and going outside is one of your natural highs, this is why having more in your bag of tricks is important. If you can't go outside, what can you do to make yourself feel better? So maybe that's staying indoors. Maybe it's watching a movie with some hot chocolate and a blanket or something like that. But reevaluate all the time what a natural high is for you, what makes you feel good, and actively engage in that. Another piece of feeling good is gratitude and being present. If you can access gratitude, you can find more natural highs, things that you appreciate about your life, things that you feel grateful for, things that may not be big and extravagant, but your small little doses of happiness, and putting a lot of power into those small doses of happiness. It brings about a feeling of content. And I know what folks say about feelings of content, right? It's like content isn't always looked at as a good thing. Content is not settling and being complacent with where you are. Content is just satisfaction, and we need that. And finding these little things that make you feel good can give you a feeling of satisfaction, when otherwise, when you look at the big picture, it may not look that great. But if you look in the moment, you might find a lot of things that could re-energize you. So your task for the week is observe your world, find your natural highs, engage in them as often as possible, and just test it. Just see how you feel. Just see how it makes you feel better about yourself. The more natural highs you have, the easier it is to feel satisfied in your day-to-day world. Okay, that's all for this week. Thanks for listening. This is Dr. Shani.